This is where the fun begins.
But we've seen this movie before.
What's Sam Pittman known for?
I don't know.
Exactly. Is the Arkansas athletic program cursed? But you never know what the loudest mouth in the fan base and his wild band of misfits are going to say.
I have a river of Kool-Aid for basketball.
It's time to step inside the Hawg Pen with your hosts, Razorback Zach and Marcus MC Carlton.
Oh, boy. It is that time of week again. It is another episode of Inside the Hawg Pen. Hello, everybody. I'm Razorback Zach, your host from the Central Arkansas Hawg Pen, alongside my buddy, my broadcast partner, and the glue that holds the whole damn thing together, Marcus MC Carlton, holding it down in the NEA Hawg Pen, and joined by Mr. ESPN to be himself, the beard behind the board, Jesse Thurman. All right, boys. Woo! Game one is officially done. So, everybody knows we've got two pods out this week. We did two pods. We did one kind of to coincide with our weekly poll. And we're going to let Jesse kind of run through that here in just a second. But if you haven't heard me bitch and complain enough about War Memorial Stadium and why Little Rock games suck, go check out our podcast. There it is. First one of the night. Go check out our podcast now on why Little Rock games suck. It's out there on Inside the Hawg Pens, anywhere you find podcasts, except for Google. Google's been kind of finicky here lately.
I think they're getting out of the podcast game.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, I think they're going a different route.
That's what I've heard. And then we've got another one coming up. It's going to be released immediately following the show tonight. Immediately following the show tonight. It is our preview with Cody Huffman.
Cody Stovall.
I'm getting names mixed up here. Cody Stovall of Locked On Oklahoma State. Had a pretty good conversation with him last night, so check that out.
Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Getting you all set for Arkansas, Oklahoma State. But Jesse, go ahead and let's see what the fans say about having games in Little Rock.
All right. On our Facebook post, we got Adam Green coming in. All good things in life must come to an end, and playing in War Memorial is one of those things. Let's all cherish the memories, but let's move ahead and make all home games in Fayetteville. This is the last year we play in Jerry's World, and this should be the last year we play in Little Rock. Goes on to say he has friends in El Dorado that come to every Fayetteville game, so if you want to be there, you can. Says a little bit more, but that's the gist of his comment. Jenna from the actual Hawg Pen, not our Hawg Pen, said the drive isn't the problem because Hawg fans will drive to Dallas to watch the A&M game. The stadium has seen better days, and if they want to continue to have Razorback games there, they need to put the money in to update the stadium. It's a fun atmosphere when everything is running smoothly, but it's so run down that people don't want to go anymore.
Yep.
And then we had another good one on here I wanted to touch on. Let's see. Trevor Kaiser. Games need to stop in Little Rock at War Memorial until major updates are made, including a whole new field with a better sub-foundation to the field, so injury from being tackled is eliminated. I think the post-Thanksgiving Day game needs to be played at War Memorial so it doesn't affect the U of A employees and the UAMS students and staff.
There it is.
I think there will be a better turnout for the game since it's typically colder. You really don't have to worry about running out of water or other major issues like in the past. And on that note, I'm going to give y'all my take on this. There is scheduling room in the SEC. I say we do not play Missouri Thanksgiving weekend anymore. I say we play A-State for the final game of the year, just like Florida plays Florida State, Georgia plays Georgia Tech. And we have that game at a fully renovated infrastructure and all War Memorial Stadium.
Okay.
I kind of like that.
I don't hate that.
I don't hate that
because if you look at some of these rivalry games that are not conference games, like Kentucky, Louisville, Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State, when do they all play? last week of the season.
Well, that's why they call it rivalry week.
Yeah. I don't hate that.
I don't hate that idea at all. No, I don't either. But yeah, like I said, you're going to get our thoughts on this podcast. This was a couple of days in the making because there were both of these guys, both MC and Jesse, were trying to get me to chill out because I was ready to rip a new one. I was so mad Thursday night. Oh my goodness. But I do have to say big thank you to Chef James Harris Made Chef Services for sponsoring that tailgate. Great food, dude. Great food. And everybody that came out. I'm gonna forget a couple of people, but Justin and Nikki from our former friends from over at Bear Down, who are no longer there, but Justin and Ashmore, Nikki Ashmore, Tracy Olson, Big Mark, who are actually new fans of ours now. They're going to be joining me at the next Harris Made Chef Services tailgate show, and I'll give you more information on that coming up in a few minutes. But and then our number one fan finally got there because traffic was absolutely insane. That's right. Casey Sutton did make her appearance at the Little Rock tailgate. Got to hang out with her. As always, she is our number one fan. Big time passionate about us here at ITHP. But thank you to everybody that stopped by. And, of course, James Harris of Harris Made Chef Services. And, of course, our sponsor for the postgame show, Alan Kerr Advisors. Big thank you to them as well. All right. So, 70-0. I mean, you know, we talked about it on the postgame show. There's really, I mean, what can you say that hasn't already been said, MC?
Yeah, there's not much to add to it. I mean, this was unicorn best case scenario, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know that you could do anything better than the way it went.
Well,
period. I mean, that's all I have to say.
and you know, I said this on the postgame show, and I even said it on Dave Ellswick, by the way. We're not on Dave Ellswick this week. Dave is on vacation. We'll be back with the Dave Ellswick show next Friday, tentatively scheduled. But there was a member of the media that was catching an elevator with trying to get out of the stadium, but they shut the elevators down to let the assistant coaches get to the locker room. Well, one of the defensive assistant coaches, no names were given, so we don't know who's who in this situation, but the defensive coach for Arkansas was like, yeah, they can ride with me. It's no big deal. Because, you know, media's got a lot of equipment they got to carry up and down, and they don't want to go downstairs. I don't blame them, especially when the AC doesn't work in the freaking press box. This media guy just casually talked to the assistant defensive coach, and he said, well, that's a shutout. Y'all got to be pretty happy about that, aren't you? And the defensive coach, stone-faced, very serious look, said, no. There's a lot of things we need to work on before we go to Stillwater. So that's got to be
satisfied.
That's got to instill a little bit of confidence in you. And of course, this team, again, every single one of y'all on my staff are telling me that I've been drinking the Kool-Aid since that 70-0 beatdown. I disagree. I am a realist. I'm not a sunshine pumper. But you know, it's one of those that there's really not much you can say except you're supposed to beat a team like that. And we're going to see it again in Stillwater. But got some, as we move into previewing Oklahoma State, I've got some game notes for you, courtesy of the Arkansas Razorback website. But then I've also got our staff picks this week. Which one you want first, MC? You want the notes? Because there's some things in here that are kind of surprising.
Yeah, hit me with the notes, and then we'll do the staff picks.
46 times Arkansas and Oklahoma State have seen each other on the gridiron. However, this is the first time we have played them since 1980.
Mm-hmm.
46 times. And Arkansas is 30-15-1. 30-15-1. Under Pittman, the Hogs have started 2-0 3 straight years. With a win Saturday, Arkansas could improve to 2-0 for the fourth consecutive year for the first time since when, MC? Do you know?
I would say it'd have to be during the Hatfield era because even Nutt didn't start out 2-0 4 years in a row.
Nope. Jesse, what about you, man? You got your mic up?
I'm gonna say it's back around the time we were born, Zach.
Why you got to word it like that? Why? Why?
Because I can.
Why? Since 1985 to 1989 under Coach Ken Hatfield, who did it 5 years in a row. Now, this is surprising to me, and I want to see if anybody else out there can name the other two quarterbacks. Quarterback Taylor Green became the third Arkansas quarterback since 1997. That's a key clue. 1997 to pass and rush for multiple scores in a single game. Can anybody name the other two? And if you miss it, you're not a real Hog fan. I am telling you now, it is flashing neon sign. Boys, you got any guesses?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna default away from this.
We'll come back to that. Your other two notes here. 28. Arkansas scored 28 points in the first quarter of its season opening win over UAPB. It's most points in the first quarter of a game since scoring 35 first quarter points and a 73-7 win over Nicholls State in 2014. Gee, 2014. Who else was on that coaching staff in that year? I wonder who. I don't know. See what I did there?
Well played.
70 with its 70-0 shutout win over UAPB. This is the surprising one for me. This is a surprising point for me. Arkansas became the only FBS or FCS school in the past 25 seasons to record a 70-plus point shutout while converting every single third down. They were 9 for 9 on third downs. I don't think the kicker saw the field.
That's unheard of.
But again, you're supposed to play.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at that and go deeper than just 70-0 on the surface, you're looking at a video game performance. I mean, you really are. It's just...
Well, I'm out of the loop because I haven't been able to play the new college football game yet, so I'm going to take your word for it.
Well, I mean, even with the old one, I mean, how many times were you able to shut somebody out 70-0 and it not be on junior varsity difficulty level? I don't think I've ever done it.
I've never done it. All right, so number 17, Oklahoma State hosts the 1-0 Arkansas Razorbacks, 11 a.m. Saturday on ABC. Now, here's the thing. If you've got DirecTV, as of right now, you are screwed.
You better be finding you an antenna.
I'm going to tell you now, and I was not paid to say this. I have been a client, if you will, a subscriber, if you will, of YouTube TV for about 4 years now, and I've never had an issue. I mean, yeah, the price is about $10 higher than when I signed up, but hey, unlimited DVR. You can sign into 6 TVs or 6 devices at one time. Go for it, dude. YouTube TV. You can never go wrong. So, yeah, if you're watching it on DirecTV, you are screwed, which kind of messes up with the Harris Made Services Tailgate Show because we're supposed to be doing it from Boudreaux's on Saturday, and they have DirecTV. So I'm hoping that they got it all figured out. Otherwise, there's going to be a large crowd at Boudreaux's. And if you're in the Central Arkansas area and if you want to come hang out with us, 9811 Maumelle Boulevard, it is not an official tailgate party for ITHP. I am going there strictly as a fan because it is Roger Scott's watch party at Boudreaux's that we're a part of. But we've already got a large contingency of fans that are talking about joining me. So I know for a fact 3 that will be in attendance. So that we're looking forward to that. Kickoff show is going to start right. I'm gonna try to get there early. Kickoff show should start about 10 o'clock, run until about 10:45. Get you all set up for kickoff of Arkansas and Oklahoma State. Oh man, let's take a breath for a minute because we're blowing through this. I'm all
Hey, Zach, we got a couple guesses on your trivia question.
Hit me. Who we got?
We got Chris Shaw coming in, says Matt Jones.
Chris Shaw, hockey man. He is correct. He is 1 for 2.
And then we've got Sam Jones with the name that I didn't even think of. And MC, I think this one may have skipped your mind too. Barry Lunny
Yeah, but
Jr.
Barry wasn't there in 97.
Barry Lunny wasn't there in 97.
Okay, he was pre-97.
He was 97.
He was a senior in 95.
Has anybody noticed that Sam's name is now a $?
Money man.
It's because Sam's watching us from his YouTube account.
I thought it was because Sam brings the money every time he has a take.
I mean, he is Sam the Pun Jones. I mean, come on now. Come on,
Sam
now.
is half right.
Sam is half. So if you put Sam and Chris, put their answers together, you have the right answer.
Yeah.
It is Matt Jones and KJ Jefferson. Now, KJ did it in one of Jesse and MC's most favorite games, which was
if you can have a favorite loss. Well, put it this way. This is one of the most entertaining losses I've ever watched.
Very true.
It was 2021 when Arkansas went down to Ole Miss, and KJ and Traylon Burks just put on a show, and I don't even remember who the quarterback was for Ole Miss, but they just went back and forth the whole game. I mean, it's just I don't even remember who it was.
Matt
it wasn't
Corral.
Jackson Dart.
It was Matt Corral.
Very
It
good.
was Matt Corral. I was at that game sitting about 7 rows up off the field in the end zone where KJ Superman dive did work, and I thought he broke his neck when he hit the ground.
He looked like he broke his neck when he hit the end zone there.
Yeah. So here we go. Here's our staff picks. And it would appear that Jesse and MC are out on an island all by themselves. But here we go, starting with the winner from last week, who we're not going to acknowledge. You better keep that hand down. You better keep that. Put it down. Put it down before I break it. Dylan says 35-27 Arkansas. Savage Sarah, which y'all should be put it down.
I was scratching my face, man.
Yeah, I saw you. Whatever, dude. You put it down.
Stupid delay on my camera.
You gotta love technology, don't you? Which y'all should be happy because Arkansas, breaking news right before we came on air, Arkansas, Kansas, preseason basketball from the basketball palace of Mid-America.
Another big-time exhibition game.
Now, let's just not do what we did last year and beat the crap out of them and then come flat all the rest of the season. But Sarah's predictions, 31-24 Hogs. Loki, 35-28 Hogs. And then we have the two naysayers, the captain optimistics of the group. Jesse, 56-42 Oklahoma State and 45-41 Oklahoma State for MC. Now me, everybody seems to think I'm the one drinking the Kool-Aid. No, because I have it 34-31 Arkansas in overtime. Yes, overtime. And we have been corrected we have been corrected. Apparently, it was Matt Jones and Clint Sterner, but KJ also
not according to SEC Network.
Not according to SEC Network. It was.
I'm going to check on that Clint Sterner thing because I'm not sure. I'm not sold on that. I know he had some pretty big games, but I don't know that he had multiple rushing TDs in the same game.
MC, anything besides Florida State losing again?
Yeah.
Anything stand out to you in week one?
Anchor down, baby. Vanderbilt.
They didn't come to paint.
Hey, Vandy did not Vandy. Okay,
they tried.
They had lost 61 straight games when they were trailing by 7 points or more in the fourth quarter.
But boy, they tried.
Did not make it 62.
But they tried. Good God, they came close. They tried so hard.
The Dawn of Diego is going to anchor down with the Commodores.
Where was he last year?
New Mexico.
Yeah, he was the one that took down Auburn on the plains last year.
I believe so, yeah.
State. Yes. Now I remember.
Jerry Kill, who was the New Mexico head coach, I think that's where he was last year. He's on the staff at Vanderbilt now, kind of in a role like what assistant to the head associate head coach or something.
Okay, so big props and big thank you to Carolyn Williams, by the way, Razorback girl. One more minor note, because that's what we do here. And we're not in the weeds. Jesse, don't worry. We're not out in the weeds yet. I'm getting over having strep throat, and it sucked. It's the first time I've heard my voice in a couple of days where I didn't sound like Oscar the Grouch. Nobody say a word. I know everybody's behind their keyboards and on their phones getting ready to light me up in the comments. But she says Virginia Tech sucks. They can't even win their spring game against themselves. I guess they had a little bit too much of the Sandman, didn't they?
Goodness.
But big props to her. She let me log into her and log into her Hogs Plus sign in, because apparently there's a new thing for that they do during post game in the locker room. And it's not,
I have not seen this.
It's not, let me see if I can find my my notes here. It's not one of those that
they're not smashing the juice box.
Well, there was a couple of people Thursday that were hitting the juice box just a little too hard. Sausage.
First of many.
I'm not even.
First of many.
Okay, now I got to bring him on because everybody's over here is going to be like, what the hell's he saying? Go ahead, Jesse.
My baseball peeps will know what that's all about.
Well, don't leave everybody else out.
Hey, you got to come out to Baum Walker and find out for yourself.
So, nicely
classified.
done. Right.
Could tell you, but then we'd have to kill you.
So, right. So, in years past, Pittman has done this thing where he's, trying to prep them up and everything, and then he screams out, "Turn that damn jukebox on." This year, he did something kind of different, and it made me sip the Kool-Aid just a little bit.
Okay,
just a little bit. He gets them all together. He says he does his little prep spiel and everything, and before he says, "Turn that damn jukebox on," which is his thing. Right. He pulls them all together. They lift their hands in the air like they do in a huddle, and he says, "We are," and they say, "Tough." Okay, let me pull my notes out. Okay. He says, "We are together. We are consistent. We are accountable. We have pride." And then there's a silence. And he says, "Y'all ready?" They cheer, and he says, "Turn that damn jukebox on."
I'm going to have to go check that out. I
like that. Because it showed. They don't just say it. They showed it on the field Thursday night. They could have let up. They could have just coasted. They could have, they could have shut it down and just let it ride. They didn't. They never gave the 1s, 2s, and 3s. Never gave up. Never gave up.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have more on Oklahoma State. Like I said, we've got a podcast going to be released about 8:05 tonight. So about 5 minutes after we wrap up here on Inside the Hawg Pen. Yep. Head over to our podcast channel. You're going to get another full 30 to 45 minutes worth of pregame insight from Locked On Oklahoma State with Cody Stovall. And
and one of the reasons we did this is because with the early kickoff on Saturday, it's going to be hard to get a pregame show in like we would normally do for, a later in the day kickoff at 2:30 or a 6 o'clock kickoff. Little difficult to get everything we wanted to do in the pregame. So we decided, hey, let's get our buddy over at Locked On Oklahoma State on and let him talk to us a little bit. Man, I enjoyed it. Cody was fun, man.
Cody was fun. Cody was a lot of fun. And we're going to start doing these 30 to 45 minute podcasts every week for our opponent. But make sure if you don't have anything to do, check out Boudreaux's 9811 Maumelle Boulevard. I'll be there live if DirecTV gets their head out of their butts. But our tailgate show kicks off about at 10 o'clock Saturday morning. But check it out. It's a lot of fun. Big thank you to everybody that showed up to the Little Rock tailgate. We're going to do one more in Fayetteville. We're planning on tentatively putting one together in Fayetteville. On the other side of the break, we've got more. Right here. Inside the Hawg Pen. Coming right back.
Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mix Design.
It's time to step back inside the Hawg Pen to the Mix Design Studios.
back to Inside the Hawg Pen. Oh man, I've made a mistake, and I'm going to pay for that one later. Not supposed to divulge. I know, not supposed to divulge certain things on live on air, but I didn't know that, but I do know that now. But my bad. Let's see. But I had to catch my breath. I was blowing through that first segment. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that. Hey, check it out. So, soccer and volleyball are kicking tail right now, MC.
Yep,
now,
taking care of business.
I don't know jack about about volleyball and soccer. Apparently, the soccer field's called a pitch, from what I learned last week.
I do know that. Yes, it's called a pitch.
Then what is it? But a pitch is in baseball.
And you have offsides in soccer, but it's not the same offsides as American football. That's as far as I'll take it, because I don't know that I could explain it. Ted Lasso, I am not.
Who's Ted Lasso? Lasso. Ted. I don't know. It's a show about soccer, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay. Well, but anyway, check this out, dude. Soccer defeats Western Kentucky 8-0, improving to 4-0-1 on the year. Their next matchup is against BYU Saturday at 6:30 in Fayetteville. So, when you're done watching the game, take you a little nap, head back on over to the university.
There you go.
Catch a soccer game. They could, because trust me, these people, this soccer team, this is for real. This is for real. And our number 19 volleyball team, 3-0, opening their season in California. They're coming home with a 3-0 record. So they're kicking tail, dude. They're kicking tail.
Yep, off to a really good start.
So, like I said, breaking news before we came on the air. Arkansas, Kansas. Let's talk about that one for a minute. You know, I know you love talking basketball, but and I know this.
Before you get to that, Zach, sorry.
What? I mean, what's up, EP?
Razorback volleyball. They have, I believe it's the Razorback Invitational starting tomorrow night at Barnhill. They will be in action tomorrow and Friday, I believe it is.
I'm gonna put the all call out. All right. I have been to almost every arena field on campus at the University of Arkansas. I have yet to step foot inside of Barnhill. I want to go, but every time I go, it's either during commencement or it's not open or something. So I have every intention of stepping inside of Barnhill at some point this season. I hope. I'm going to try anyway.
I'll tell you this, Zach. Ashley, my wife and I, we went to the NCAA match last year when the Hogs were playing, and you can feel the Razorback magic when you walk inside that building. It may be old, it may be a little outdated, but you can feel the magic that the basketball team used to bring, and now volleyball and gymnastics bring every year.
Do they still have the banners hanging in the rafters, or is it all towards the current teams that play in there now?
I think they've been shifted over all towards the current.
Okay. Like I said, I'm not trying to get off in the weeds. I was just saying I wanted to get MC's take because he's our basketball guru. How do you feel about that Kansas matchup?
Oh, I'm stoked, man. I mean, if you look at the schedule that Coach Cal, and I'm still adjusting to saying that, if you look at the gaming schedule that he has put together, dude, he ain't playing, man. I mean, you got Kansas in an exhibition game. You've got Michigan in New York City as part of the, I believe that's part of the Jimmy V Classic. Mm-hmm. And then you go down to Miami for the SEC ACC Challenge.
Okay.
I mean,
Savage is in the comments, by the way.
He's not playing.
She is all in. By the way, another breaking news now that she's here now, and which jogged my memory. Arkansas, Oklahoma State, fall ball.
Mm-hmm.
October, the bye week, the first bye week.
12th.
Arkansas and Oklahoma State in Baum Walker Stadium.
Yeah. That needs to become a
Suck it, Rock Rizzo.
That needs to become a midweek 2-game series is what that needs to lead to.
We are working on having full coverage of that game because there will be no live stream or anything else.
Yeah, technically it's just a scrimmage, but as I said when we were talking with Cody last night, you try to tell either team, hey, this is just a scrimmage. Everybody chill out and see how far that gets you.
Yeah, this is not a scrimmage. This is they came to play. So, okay, so we're going to do a new thing, and I'm going to try to get through these as quickly as possible. But we, the three of us, and Jesse, I'm going to get you in on this too, are going to start doing SEC picks. And I know I'm a week late, but it's an idea. So I'm going to run through these. This is just the SEC schedule. Okay. We're going to keep track of these, and at the end of the season, at the end of every week, we're going to give an update as to who is in the lead. All right, boys, are y'all ready?
Let's do it.
Jesse, we're going to start with you. Number 3, Texas at number 10, Michigan. That's an 11 a.m. kickoff on Fox. Texas is a 7.5-point favorite.
Took them. Whoa, that hurt.
Yeah, I heard that before you were able to get that out. I heard that little gag.
Yeah, I heard the pause. MC, what about you, dude?
Well, I cannot say that a certain team will win, so I will just say that Michigan will lose.
Look, I'm just gonna point right there and go Big Blue. Because I am not under any circumstances.
I'm going with my head in this and not with my heart, but I'm still gonna throw that out there. But Michigan, it's not gonna be a fun day to be in blue and be in the big house, I'm afraid.
I know, and we all know what that's going to do, and we all know that who's going to win, but still, I will never go. No, just no.
I'm not going to say it. Just say Michigan will lose.
McNeese,
I'm trying to win this thing. I don't want to face any kind of punishment at the end of this.
Should we have no?
Are we going to treat this like a fantasy football deal? And the loser,
well, I have an idea, but
loser has to spend like 24 hours at a Waffle House or something.
Why would that be a bad thing?
Well, that's what I was trying to figure out too. I mean,
why would that be
24 hours in a lot worse place than a Waffle House?
Why would that be? I mean, get me unmedicated without my ADHD meds, dude. I'll go to town. I don't care. Look, man, that fat boy in me, shoot.
Yep, I'm with you.
MC McNeese at A&M.
A&M bounces back and they take out their frustrations on McNeese.
Do y'all realize? You remember when football times used to be like noon, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock? Now you got 11:45, 3:15, 2:55.
TV.
Stupid. Jesse, what about you, man?
The Colt will take this one.
Yeah.
Tennessee Tech at number 1, Georgia. Do I even have to?
No. Yeah, we don't even have to.
Cal at Auburn. Auburn's a 13-point favorite.
Hang on 1 second before you jump on that Auburn one. In regards to the Georgia game, I think every Georgia fan out there could make the same proclamation on the internet that the Florida State fan made of what he would do if they lost to Boston College. Mm-hmm. And I think the Georgia fans will be a lot safer than that dude was.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Carolyn Williams put up a comment. She says, as you're running through these, remember the challenge that was accepted. Which challenge are we talking about?
Yeah, I think she said it would take us 4 hours to get through the full lineup tonight, and I told her challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. Cal at Auburn.
Me or Jesse?
Either one.
Go, Jesse.
War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Yep. Yep. Auburn wins.
The only SEC matchup of the week: South Carolina at Kentucky. Kentucky's a 10-point favorite.
Give me the Cats.
Again, none of these games will be seen unless they're on the app because they're all ABC.
They're all ABC ESPN. Yeah.
Which, by the way, Rocket at South Carolina last week sucked. See, I can say that because he's no longer an Arkansas fan.
The Rocket's going to fail the launch and go Big Blue.
Yeah.
Middle Tennessee State at number 6, Ole Miss. Ole Miss is a 41-point favorite.
They may cover that by halftime.
Jesse?
Oh yeah, I'm taking Ole Miss to cover and the over. I don't care what it is.
South Florida at number 4, Bama. Bama's a 31-point favorite.
Pretty much the same deal. They may have that covered by halftime.
Buffalo at number 9, Missouri.
Slow down, Zach.
Yeah, you're skipping Jesse on his
And he's skipping himself. Bama will not struggle with South Florida this year. That's
if I have a change of pick other than y'all, because so far it's been a consensus vote.
So if you don't say anything, that means you're in agreement with us.
Yes.
Okay. Got you. All right.
The only one I've disagreed on is the Texas-Michigan game.
Okay.
Buffalo at Missouri. Are we all in Missouri?
The dork. Yeah.
The dork.
Give me the Tigers, Chuck.
Yeah.
Samford at Florida. You know, I really want to pick Samford in this game.
I did see that the highly touted 5-star quarterback recruit that Florida has that did not play last week is starting this week.
Yeah, because they're yanking straws now. They're just playing.
Yeah, it's desperation time for Billy Boy. I think Florida. Yeah, I don't think they. Dude, if they lose this week, they may fire Napier before he gets out of the swamp.
Jesse, you concur?
Yeah, I think Miami's better than a lot of people realize. I don't think Florida's that bad. They just have a horrible schedule this year.
I agree.
Sorry.
You going upset?
No, I'm going Florida.
No? Okay. All right.
Now here's the other matchup I want you guys to think about. Number 14, Tennessee at number 24, NC State. Tennessee is an 8-point favorite. So
is that on campus or is that one of those neutral site games?
According to this, it's on campus. It's at NC State.
Oh, that has a chance to be sneaky good. Jesse, you go first on this one.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna go against my love for the SEC, and I'm gonna call this one NC State's game.
Man, I want to do that. I think there's an opportunity there because Tennessee's breaking in a new quarterback. That's going to be a hostile environment. Yeah, let's go NC State. Yeah, let's go Wolfpack. Let's go Wolfpack.
And I'm not doing this for Arkansas State, although that's one thing we need to do. We need to talk about.
I will excuse myself from that segment because I like my paycheck. So.
Nichols at number 18, LSU. LSU coming off a loss.
Similar to A&M, they're going to take out their frustrations.
Jesse, you agree?
They don't know how to spell go, but give me the Tigers.
Alcorn State at Vanderbilt.
Anchored down, baby.
Anchored down, baby.
Anchored down. When is the last time Vanderbilt started the season 2-0?
Last year.
Had to be with James Franklin. Had to be.
They start 2-0.
Last year, Zach, they didn't Odom beat them when they went out to UNLV?
That's right. One year they were like number 1 in the SEC for a couple because they were undefeated for so long. I think that was 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, we were waiting for the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse to show up when Vanderbilt's leading the SEC.
Right? Houston at number 15, Oklahoma.
I'm going to go Oklahoma. Speaking of UNLV and Barry Odom, they knocked off Houston in Houston last week. So big win for Coach Odom, but I think Oklahoma rolls.
Last matchup of the night, 9:30 p.m. on ESPN. Mississippi State goes west to Arizona State. Arizona State is a 6-point favorite.
Yeah, give me Arizona or Arizona State.
Arizona State is a 6-point favorite.
Yeah, give me the Sun Devils.
Give me the Sun Devils.
Sun Devils. And that is your week 2 SEC Pick'em. All right. We are going to take a break because I have got to catch my breath because these meds are kicking my tail. But
what's coming next?
On the other side of the break, go ahead and do it, MC.
I'm
a perfect opportunity for him to freeze up. All right. On the other side of the break, it is the Hawg Tuah segment. You're not going to want to miss it. You're watching Inside the Hawg Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. Back right after this.
Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mix Design.
It's time to step back inside the Hawg Pen to the Mix Design Studios.
Man, you just got to spit on that thing. So
I know you did not just, oh my God.
It's time to Hawg Tuah, y'all.
All right, welcome back.
Jesse, that is excellent. Excellent work, my friend.
That is the
Thank
first
you,
time
sir.
MC has seen that. But welcome back to the final segment of Inside the Hawg Pen. It's time to. It's
I mean, my
just-
comment was so bad it knocked my internet for a loop, man.
It did. It did, man. It did. You're good. Jesse, fire him off, dude. You know what to do.
All right, let's see what we got going here in the Cam Productions live fan feedback. There we go, Zach. We got royalty in the house.
All right.
Yeah, royalty. She says, hi, two of my favorite people. But there's
Appreciate
three
that.
of us here.
Which two?
She doesn't know me like that yet. She hadn't got to meet me yet. Just wait till she
Fair
meets
point.
the beer.
Yeah.
I guess that answers that question. Now we know I'm not the third wheel anymore. There's the other half of royalty, Mama Linda.
All right. And then Sam Jones coming in. MC, take this one. I can't read it without cracking up.
Oklahoma State will not run out of water. Even if they tell you they're completely out, just know they're Stillwater. But
Sam, where the hell you been the last couple of weeks?
yeah, we have missed the money takes from
I need to
Sam.
know where you've been hiding, dude. I need to know where you've been hiding.
That's excellent. That's platinum level dad joke right there.
Chris Shaw, now will U of A versus A State bring in the revenue like U of A versus LSU for the Thanksgiving game? Yes, absolutely.
Depending on where they set the ticket prices, yes, because at least for the first time that they play, it will be a standing room only game.
Yeah. There will be attendance records will fall. There will be
Yeah, I
55 plus in that stadium.
If you move the schedule around, you can give Mizzou to LSU
Give them to the garbage
that week.
can. I don't care.
Give them. I was going to say,
Yeah.
give them in the dumpster.
And then that also
There's a
opens up
dork in a locker.
scheduling for another game that needs to come back that we talked about last night. You give Mizzou to LSU, we take A State for the final game, and Bedlam comes back to Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Bedlam
And it
needs
all
to happen.
depends. It all depends on how they do the conference schedule now. You know, because
Yeah.
we're going to lose a
Yeah,
non-con.
that's
So
going to be haywire with having 16 teams now.
it's going to be interesting. That's
Yeah, they're
for
good.
sure.
You know they're going to move to that 9th conference game, which is going to eliminate one non-conference matchup.
Right.
But that it's all in the name of money and TV.
That's all it is.
So
now.
on that note, let me ask y'all this. If we go 9 conference games, do they drop the rule that you have to schedule a Power 5 or, now Power 4 non-conference?
Oh, that's a good question.
I think most teams. I mean, honestly, if I'm, especially if I'm Arkansas, I'd still schedule a Power 5 non-con or Power 4 non-con, or hell, with this rate, Power 2.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it's going to be within 5 years.
You know,
you're going to
but
have the Big Ten and the SEC, and
that's just my opinion, though, because it keeps your competition up, and it keeps your team focused, and it's not one of those we've got, no offense, MC, but we've got Jonesboro Westside coming in next week. No big deal. Or we've got Texas High School of Misfits or Hogwarts or somebody coming in. It keeps the mentality of, hey, dude, we've got Texas this week. We got Ohio State next week, or we've got Michigan next week.
Well, it becomes very similar to an NFL schedule. There are no weeks off. You have to stay locked in every single week.
Unless you're, never mind.
Next, we got Carolyn Williams. It has to be an offensive game like that because OSU will not have a defense, so we have to outscore them. They did give up quite a few. Granted, it was the number one team in FCS, but they didn't lay a beat down like some other schools did against FCS opponents.
Well, and when we're done here, you can tune into our podcast that we're dropping with Cody of Locked on Oklahoma State, because he talks a little bit about this and a little bit about how the OSU offense and the OSU defense line up against Arkansas. So check that out here in about 20 minutes from right now.
Chris Shaw comes in with his guess.
Arkansas.
I'd take it, man. I'd take it.
I like it.
Hey, I'll take anything where Arkansas comes out on top. I just don't have the faith.
MC, we and not to give too much away on the podcast, but both you and I and Cody were all like, going into the season, this was a one-way.
Yeah.
Well, now we don't know. I mean, I've said it before.
Yeah.
The unknowns with this team. We don't know what from week to week what's going to happen.
Well, and not to spoil anything, but I'll just say this: the 70-0 game caught some eyes in Stillwater and made some eyebrows raise.
Mm-hmm. So much so we got 2 votes in the AP poll.
I'll throw a little bit of a tease out there too. One of our star players will be returning to his home state. Tune into the podcast to find out more.
Yep, there you go.
Garrett Ray, loyal fan, coming in 48-30.
Number 4.
Be the score.
Okay.
48-30 is going to be the score. Offensive dominance and defense shows man-to-man press on quarterback with 3+. You got
3 turnovers. Wow.
All right,
Garrett,
let me see the
putting
crystal
all
ball.
his cards on the table. How about
let me see the crystal ball, Garrett. Come on now. Come on.
We may be asking him for Powerball numbers next week.
Carolyn says the 2s and 3s used to crap the bed, but we played 83 guys and every drive scored. Wasn't the kicker the leading scorer last season? Win or lose this season? That is a turn in the right direction. Yes, Cam Little was the leading scorer for Arkansas last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we played 83 of 96 guys, or
92
guys. There were 6 players that didn't play last week in Little Rock.
2 of those were injured and not even suited out. So.
Yes. Sarah knows. She says, Savage says, I'll be in bomb. I do not care.
Water is wet and the sky is blue, and Savage is going to be in Bomb Stadium. I mean, It's just some things that are just obvious.
Uh-oh. Jesse, you see that last comment?
Savage, holler at me, and I will be sneaking in with you. That way we can get full coverage to report on.
You better. Oops. I think I hit a button. I don't know what I hit. That wasn't me that did that.
Stop touching stuff.
I swear I didn't do anything. I don't think I did anyway.
Brandon Laughlin coming in. OSU always has shootout games. I believe this will be one. He's calling 48-42 Hogs.
Wow. I will say this. We've seen a lot of predictions tonight of it being very high scoring. I can tolerate losing 48-42 much better than I can tolerate losing 7-3.
Now,
I can't deal with another 7-3 game
or 9-6.
Oh yeah,
terrible. But I don't think you're going to see those anymore. I really don't.
Baxter from Meeks Design.
Meeks Design. I need y'all to change your times. It is the same as church.
Hey, I know where you go to church, so let me talk to the pastor and see if we can't adjust the church times.
I mean, surely we can. I can come up with a sermon. Like I said,
and the angels saying "Woo Pig Suey."
There you go. Hallelujah. Put your hands on the radio.
Turn with me, my friends, if you will, in your Bibles. The Arkansas Football Media Guide, 2-page, 224, first one. I'm kidding.
I will take this comment to tease something that we're tossing around the idea. It's not set in stone yet, but due to basketball scheduling, we are discussing a shift for basketball season. So,
yeah, because especially once you get into SEC play, because one of their main nights is Wednesday nights, and we don't want to try to compete with that. So we're working on restructuring a few things for hoop season.
By the way, and I will tease this, once hoop season gets here, the roles here at ITHP will be reversed, and I will be in the co-pilot seat. A little bit of a change that we're doing this year. MC gets the spotlight for basketball season.
Don't know if that's good or bad. We'll find out.
I'm scared. First time for everything. He screws up one time. MC. I'm gonna do him just like they did Coach Boone. He screws up one time. I'm taking it back. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna do that.
All right, MC, y'all better not get me fired, but I'm going to get in on this even though I don't know what it is.
Don't you even dare. Put the finger. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Dylan's got another comment here.
Why do y'all give him airtime?
I'm gonna take control for just a second, Jesse.
Take it.
He's telling Garrett there can be only one Swami.
By the way, scheduling, I'm going to go ahead and put this out. Programming note. I don't know about these two. I will not be on air next Saturday. I will be attending the Swami Madden wedding. And yes, I will announce him as Mr., Mrs., and Mr. Swami Madden.
I will be pregame is TBA. It'd be a game time decision on pregame, because my son has a football game in Osceola at 11 o'clock. I think we will be back home in time for me to be on pregame, but it's going to be a game time decision. But I will definitely be here for postgame.
And I will say this: I gave him a lot of hell the last week, but congratulations, Dylan and Ariana, on y'all's marriage next week. So looking forward to that.
Go live your fairy tale, bro.
Which also, I am in so much trouble. Big announcement: Saturday, September 28th, Rusty Tractor Vineyards. We have a special guest host joining me at the Little Rocktoberfest. Matt Hart of Hawg HQ is going to be sitting in with me, and I may have one more guest. And he's been a longtime friend of mine. He and I shared one of our first radio experiences together in 2018. I will have, hopefully, and I'm working details out, none other than the gridiron expert himself live at the Little Oktoberfest. So I'm going to have a full house because none of my staff want to freaking go. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, guys. I love you all. I'm just kidding. I'm giving you all a hard time. But I will have – I almost said I'm going to slap you, but that would have just set me up even worse. But if y'all trust me, it's for a good cause. It's a charity event. Come out 6 to 9 p.m. I'm going to be out there all day with Matt and Alex, the gridiron expert.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with the gridiron expert, look him up on YouTube. This dude is legit.
He doesn't just cover Arkansas. He knows college football, the ins and outs of it.
Yes.
Okay. So, but I'm gonna be out there all day. We're gonna be talking to all the breweries. Gonna have a lot of fun. It's gonna be a blast. Plus, I'm emceeing the event again, I think.
Man, I'm a little nervous now because you got not only Matt Hall, but you got the gridiron expert coming on. I mean, I'm gonna have to up my game.
See, here's the thing. It's like Texas and Oklahoma. All right.
Okay.
If you take Texas and Oklahoma and put them in the SEC, you got to get 6 teams to equate that. All right. You take MC away from ITHP, I got to get 2 guys to continue to make me look good.
Oh my God.
All right.
Getting thick. It's getting thick.
I got a couple more comments, Zach.
All right.
We'll get to
we got to make sure we meet Carolyn's challenge that I accepted on behalf of all of us.
Oh, because she's not gonna let you live that down. Hog Galatians 24:7 says Hogs by 90, and the whole congregation said,
"Hallelujah."
All right, Zach, I'm gonna turn the board over to you for a second. Get the button ready. It's been requested.
Hold on. Let me crank it. Let me crank it up a bit. Yeah. Wait. I did it. Wait, hold on. My opportunity. Louder.
Yeah.
And then our last comment of the Hawg Tuah segment tonight, Adam Green. I arrived 53 minutes late. What did I miss? Adam, you were featured on the show in our weekly poll. Your response was read on air.
And, Adam, you also missed the breaking news that Ollie Gordon is going to miss the game, the star running back for Oklahoma State, because he's come down with a flaming case of chlamydia. So you missed that earlier in the show as well.
Sausage.
I am joking. That is not breaking news. Nobody run to Twitter with that, okay? That's actually where I stole it from. So, just trying to make Adam feel bad for coming in 53 minutes late. Zach is speechless. I have done it again. No, Adam, I'm totally screwing with you, man. He unfortunately for Arkansas, Ollie Gordon is going to be playing. So, but I kind of had to aggravate you a little bit with that. I had to knock Zach. I knocked Zach completely out. I broke Zach. It's a good thing we got that hard out tonight so we can get to the podcast because I broke Zach.
I think I'm good. This is what happens when we don't have scripts on our show. I had no idea he was going to go that right.
In all fairness, I saw that when we were in our last break. I was kind of parsing through Twitter a little bit, and that popped up, and it cracked me up a little bit. So I had an opportunity, and I took it.
I got nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how we follow that, so I don't know where to go from here.
Damn it! All right,
man.
Well, but yeah, gonna be a good game. I'm looking forward to it. By the way, 8:05 is when the podcast drops
In about 8 minutes.
MC, final thoughts before we get out of here tonight.
Looking forward to the game this weekend. All joking aside, I think we're in for a good one. It's just, can the Hogs secondary slow down that Oklahoma State offense? That's what I want to see. If we can contain Gordon on the ground and slow down their passing game, like we got a shot, man.
Yeah, Jesse, throw Linda's comment up there because that's probably one for MC. Because I don't remember. She says, can't remember the team, but we totally shut down their great running back and won maybe 2 years ago. I know. I think I remember the game. I just don't remember the team.
I'll have to look that up and get back to you, Linda, because I'm drawing a blank at the moment.
Texas. That was Texas.
That was the Texas game,
wasn't it? That was the Texas game. Yes, it was.
Good call. Mama Linda, good call.
That was a Texas game. Oh, it's such a good game. Yeah, and Brandon says that was a Texas game. Jesse,
you, Brandon.
Final thoughts before we get out of here, boss man.
The real test starts this week. We're facing a team that's another teaser of the podcast. They got some size.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be maybe not full-on SEC caliber opponent, but we're going to face SEC size this weekend, and then we got UAB, and then the gauntlet starts.
Yep.
And it is it's going to be a good one. 11 o'clock, ABC. Anybody with DirecTV, you are screwed. I hate to tell you. You need to make
an antenna and go old school.
You need to get there, man. YouTube TV is the way to go. I'll be at Boudreaux's, 9811 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock. That's just off the Maumelle exit off of 430. Come see me. I'll have a table out there. We're going to have a great time. Hopefully the game will be on TV. If not, I will figure out a way. But pregame show kicks off 10 o'clock, 10:45. 10 to 10:45 is the Harris Maids Chef Services pregame show. And then 30 minutes following the conclusion of the game is the Allen Kerr Advisors fifth quarter postgame show. So with that, how are we looking on time, fellas? Oh, right. On the money.
Yeah, right on it.
I am Razorback Zach for Marcus MC Carlton and Jesse the Beard Thurman. You have been watching and listening to an all-new episode of Inside the Hawg Pen. Until next time, so long, everybody.
Thanks for watching this episode of Inside the Hawg Pen. Listen anytime on your favorite podcast provider. And be sure to follow us on all our social network channels.